Welcome to another edition of the Turnpike Sports Book Report. I'm Doug Weischadle here with Dave Weischadle. We're here to give you a whip-around look at some of the latest news coming out of the sports betting industry over the past week. This week, we've got the American Gaming Association releasing their commercial gaming revenue tracker for the month of May, so we'll talk about some of the sports betting numbers in that report. We've also got benchmarks from Michigan, Nevada, Colorado, Ohio, Rhode Island, and Virginia.
Wow, okay.
Deals, we've got deals involving Prize Picks again. They have another deal to talk about. We've got some news coming out of Kentucky regarding some of the Churchill Downs potential deals that are going to be launching soon.
Yep, they're moving quite,
very quick.
quite quickly.
And then we also have a U.S. integrity deal to discuss.
Okay.
And then in the industry update segment, we do have the closure of another sports book to discuss.
Interesting, yeah.
We also have a new fantasy entity to talk about. It's actually an offshoot of a sports book that's already out there.
Okay.
And we've got a bunch of licenses and launches to talk about as well. And then we're going to round out the show with our legislative update. We've got updates from Vermont, Kentucky, Massachusetts.
Vermont is interesting.
Yes.
Very interesting.
Press releases, info at turnpikesportsradio.com. Keep them coming in. You can also watch us on streaming TV, Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, as well as our YouTube channel. And you can watch us on our website, turnpikesports.us. Let's start talking our state and national reports right after this.
%of falls in the home occur in the bathroom. Don't put yourself or a loved one at risk. There's a safe bathing system for everyone's budget.
Enjoy a bathing experience that combines safety, comfort, and excellence. If assisted living is not for you, a BCI walk-in tub may well be the answer, giving you the safety and freedom to live independently. A BCI walk-in tub is the most affordable and comfortable walk-in tub in the market today. With our dual drain technology, your tub will drain quickly, and for those that still like the feature of a shower, our two-way bliss gives you both a handheld and overhead shower head. We offer the best financing in the industry with payments as low as $99 per month or no interest, no payments for 18 months with approved credit. For comfort, safety, price, and selection, it's gotta be BCI Walk-In Tub. Be one of the first 50 callers and save $1,500.
Call 800-354-4377, 800-354-4377 for a free no obligation in-home consultation.
Attention. If you owe back taxes to the IRS, watch this urgent message. The IRS is cracking down by hiring 87,000 new agents to garnish your paycheck and put liens on homes and businesses. They can even seize your bank account. The IRS calls it enforced compliance, and now they have the manpower to get you. Penalties and interest on unpaid taxes compound daily. So call One Stop Tax Relief Shop and get the IRS off your back. They're experts in the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks the IRS has ever offered. And no other tax shop gets you more or faster approvals. One Stop Tax Relief has resolved thousands of cases since 2014 and saved clients millions of dollars. Call now for a free consultation. Connect with tax professionals who get the IRS off your back.
Call 800-605-0688. 800-605-0688.
One Stop Tax Relief Shop.
This week in our state and national report, as always, every month we have the American Gaming Association releasing their commercial gaming revenue tracker for the U.S. commercial gaming industry. This is for the month of May.
Yeah, it's so interesting to look at that and see the month-by-month. Well, it's been increasing. It's been great for the industry.
And as always, like I said, every month the American Gaming Association releases it, and like every other month, Arizona is not included.
Yes.
So Arizona, when you want to join in,
So these are all the numbers.
Yes.
Except for Arizona.
Except for Arizona.
And they got other things to do.
Exactly. In terms of May sports betting, the commercial gaming tracker, revenue tracker, tracks the entire gaming sector, table games, slots, basically retail, online, all that stuff.
Everything.
But since we're the book report, we're going to focus on a couple of the numbers regarding the sports betting sector.
Okay.
According to the American Gaming Association, land-based and online sportsbooks collectively generated $864.1 million in commercial gaming revenue for the month of May.
Wow.
That's a 41.5% increase year over year.
Yeah.
So we're seeing growth and growth and growth.
Well, we're also seeing growth because there are new states. You
Yes.
know, I mean, this May there were, I don't know how many jurisdictions, but last May there was a couple less jurisdictions.
Well, we had
2 or 3, I think.
We actually have to factor in the launch of Kansas, Maryland, Massachusetts, and Ohio.
Yes.
And we're going to have a couple more coming up pretty soon. So it's going to be another growth spurt, I guess you can call it. Year to date through May, commercial sports betting revenue reached $4.58 billion. That's an increase of almost 65% year over year. Again, that's a factor.
Okay, so that's year to date.
Year to date through May.
All right.
So 4.58 billion.
Wow.
64.9 if you want to be exact, 65% growth year over year for the sports betting industry.
Okay.
So,
Again, we have a couple more jurisdictions than last year. So
yes. And we still don't have Arizona.
And
Not
and
not
Arizona.
to harp on Arizona. But
hey, Arizona, take your time.
Yeah.
Really, I mean, this
when you want to get them in.
Yeah,
we're here.
we're here whenever you want it.
Benchmarks. We've got June sports betting benchmarks being set by several different states. We've got Michigan. They reported their June numbers. They became the 8th state to clear $11 billion in all-time post-PASPA handle.
Yep.
They joined New Jersey, Nevada, New York, Illinois, Pennsylvania, Indiana, and Colorado.
Okay.
Matter of fact, Colorado is the cutoff point for $12 billion. So another billion, they'll be joining those same exact states.
Okay.
We have Nevada, and that's why I mentioned all-time post-PASPA handle.
Yes.
Because we don't talk about Nevada's pre-PASPA days.
Yeah, right.
For some
like,
reason.
Like it didn't
For some
exist.
reason,
Yeah, right.
We have state of Nevada reporting their June numbers, year-to-date handle, post-PASPA, $4 billion.
Wow.
Year-to-date revenue past $200 million. So congratulations for those benchmarks in Nevada. Over in Colorado. Colorado's always interesting when we talk their sports betting numbers. We've got the June numbers. According to the June report, the state of Colorado passed $2.5 billion in year-to-date handle. $2,580,484,000. So they have passed $2.5 billion year-to-date handle.
Well, it's all that table tennis money.
Which brings me to the next point.
That table tennis is such a it's a mega win
Yes.
for Colorado.
6th most wagered on sport in June.
Wow.
7.8 million in handle for the table tennis industry in Colorado.
And let me. I'm going to be serious. Why don't I see more of this on television? You know, the other night there were darts on television.
Yes.
I mean, obviously, table tennis is very popular in Colorado. It's very popular in Oregon. Why aren't I seeing this on television a little
Well,
bit?
first of all, a lot of
Even
the table,
late night, I don't care. I just want to see a little bit of it. You know,
I think 2 reasons.
but
Not all the states offer table tennis. The other thing is, I think a lot of the table tennis tournaments are overseas. Not a lot of call for 2 a.m. table tennis tournaments being aired.
well, you know, sometimes
I mean, you can
I'm
do
up.
tape delay, you can do tape delay.
Sometimes I'm up late at night, can't sleep. I'd like to see some very unique sports that I usually don't see on prime time.
Speaking of how profitable table tennis is in Colorado, operators cleared $500,000 in revenue.
Wow.
For the 4th straight month.
It's got to be huge in Asia, right?
Yes.
That's
Yes.
probably where most of
But
it
again,
comes from.
not all the states do offer table tennis.
All right, well.
So I'm very curious to
Good
see.
for Colorado.
Yeah.
I'm fascinated with that.
I'm very curious to see what happens when some of these states, and they are going to be offering it, the putting, the miniature golf tournaments and all that, because we have some of those coming down the road.
I heard some
Wyoming is doing one of those, and
I heard some states with the long drive.
Yes, World Long Drive.
Yeah.
Yes.
So So hey.
Yep.
So.
Over in Ohio, June sports betting, they have crossed the 6-month period since their launch. Total handle $3.82 billion, not bad.
Yeah, very good.
$539 million in terms of revenue and $54 million in taxes. That's for the first 6 months. That's actually great numbers.
I think it's great. I mean, look,
they're not New York numbers. No one is.
Look, Ohio is a state with huge populations because they have really big cities and really good sports fans, and so good for them.
Rhode Island, June sports betting report. The state of Rhode Island passed $1.7 billion all-time handle.
Okay.
Virginia, June sports betting report again. Commonwealth reported that's year-to-date handle past $2.5 billion. Year-to-date adjusted gaming revenue past $225 million.
Okay.
So really nice to see some of those numbers. That's year-to-date. All-time, gross gaming revenue past $1 billion. And adjusted gaming revenue past $700 million.
Okay.
That's it for our numbers this week. We're going to start talking deals right after this. This week in deals, we've got Prize Picks in the news again. They've announced a joint marketing agreement with the North Carolina Courage of the National Women's Soccer League.
Okay, good.
They are the first fantasy sports operator to partner with a NWSL franchise.
Okay.
It comes one day after Better unveiled their Better Picks fantasy platform. We'll be talking about that in industry updates, a little bit more about what that is. So it also comes right when North Carolina legalizes sports betting.
Yeah, perfect.
So we're going
perfect timing.
I'm still waiting to see what Prize Picks has in store for some of the states they're in with sports betting, whether or not they are going to be looking at a sports betting component. But I think they're very happy.
Yeah.
Just doing
they
fantasy
have
sports.
The big three.
They do
basketball?
the big three. Yep.
Yeah. No, I saw that again this weekend. Yeah, it's a lot of fun to watch.
And they're also partnered with, I think, the Braves, too.
Okay.
So they've got a whole bunch of, they're headquartered in Atlanta. So they're partnering with everything Atlanta.
Okay.
Which it makes sense. Perfect.
Yeah.
Over in Kentucky, we're waiting for the state to launch pretty soon.
Yeah, it looks like sooner than later for Kentucky.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that in the legislative roundup as well.
Right. Don't want to jump the ship.
No, it's okay. It's okay. We have Churchill Downs over in Kentucky in their earnings call this past week. They confirmed that they have multiple online sports betting partnerships ready to launch when they can, when they're able to. They've got FanDuel as well as Caesar Sportsbook. Both of them are partnering. FanDuel will be doing a online platform with them. Caesar Sportsbook will be associated with the Keeneland and Red Mile tracks, as well as the retail sportsbook will be having Caesars will have a retail sportsbook at Red Mile as well.
It seems in Kentucky like everything's ready to go.
Yes.
All they have to do is see the green light and just take off. You know?
What's going to be interesting is seeing where DraftKings fits into all this, because DraftKings has an existing partnership with Churchill Downs as well.
Okay.
For DK Horse only.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that to get to Jersey.
Yeah,
DK Horse, I'm hearing a lot of good things about that.
And Bet365 has a partnership with Churchill Downs in Pennsylvania. So we may see another online platform partnership coming with DraftKings or Bet365 with Churchill Downs CDI. One other thing in their conference call, which caused a little confusion maybe in certain industry circles or even just some concern. Churchill Downs said that none of their retail books will be branded with the online partners.
Okay.
So basically any online partners with Churchill Downs will remain online partners, while Churchill Downs will be branding their retail books with whatever they're doing. I don't know if they're going to be doing Twin Spire again.
Okay.
They still own the mark.
Okay. All right.
So, but Twin Spire, and also what was their online sportsbook they had for just a short while, then
I can't remember that.
But I'm wondering if they're going to bring back the Twin Spire brand to do their branded sportsbook retail-wise in all the tracks.
It's got a name out there, so everyone knows Twin Spire.
Well, Twin Spire never left the industry in terms of horse racing.
Yeah.
So, but it'll be interesting to see if Twin Spire makes a reappearance for sports betting. And last but not least, for deals, we've got U.S. Integrity announcing a renewal to their partnership with the 12 Tribes Colville Casinos.
Okay.
Yes, so they operate 3 casinos in central Washington. So U.S. Integrity will be continuing to work with the tribes.
Great.
We're going to talk our industry updates right after this.
Every 40 seconds, a kid is reported missing. Find the Children provides educational material that teaches your kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs are very successful in bringing kids back home to their family. You can help protect our kids and bring the missing kids home safe by donating your unwanted car, truck, SUV, or van, running or not. We guarantee you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast free pickup, usually within 24 hours. Over 2,000 kids are reported missing every day. Call now to donate your vehicle. Donate now to bring these kids home safe.
Call 800-934-2260. 800-934-2260. 800-934-2260.
Game starts at 20, bet slip is empty. I gotta call KG.
KG, what up?
I got nothing for you, Fox.
Ah, come on. Jalen. You wanna tell?
Yeah.
Don't call somebody on live TV.
Well, you answered. I have other friends anyway.
Marshawn, Barry.
Listen, I need some tips.
I like LA.
LA?
No, Dallas. That's
Dallas?
Dallas.
Dallas?
How about Detroit? Barry,
I'll call y'all right now. Vanessa.
I got a tip for you. Always go with your gut.
I like that. Let's go with our gut.
Welcome back to the Turnpike Sports Book Report. In our industry update, we're going to lead off with the story of Fox Bet closing.
Yes, I heard that. I was never, I never had an account with Fox Bet, but I've seen it all over television.
Especially during the football season.
Yes.
Flutter Entertainment and Fox Corporation were joint owners. They announced the decision to close the sports betting platform. They're in the process of closing it down. It's a phased closure.
Yeah, I hear they're taking August just to wind it down, kind of thing. So.
August 31st, it should be shut down completely.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of interesting the way they broke this up. It was almost like looking at a divorce.
Yeah.
Flutter operated Fox Bet as part of the Stars Group, which means Poker Stars was involved in all that. So what happened is Fox will retain future use of the Fox and the Fox Bet brands, so they maintain ownership of the brand.
Well, they have that predictive game,
right?
Always.
The Fox Bet Super 6.
Yeah, that's. Yes. I guess they're going to keep that. Right?
They're going to be launching a new version of that later this summer. Well, summer's almost over. We're in August already. I'm assuming they're going to be doing something different with it during the NFL season.
Sure,
I remember during the
they
talking
also,
heads during the pregame
they had
halftime.
the win Terry's money kind of thing. Okay,
and also they had what was it? I think it was Howie Long always doing the Fox Super 6 segments.
Okay. All right.
So we'll see exactly what they do with that. Fox will also continue.
Wait, that's a predictive game, right?
Yeah, sort
kind
of
of thing again.
Sort
okay,
of,
all right.
And basically, it's a prop bets on TV.
Oh, okay.
That's what Super 6 is.
Okay.
Fox will continue to hold its option to acquire 18% of FanDuel, too, as part of the deal. And they also will maintain their 2.5% stake in Flutter overall, the overall company.
Okay.
Flutter retains ownership of Poker Stars, obviously, in addition to FanDuel.
All right.
So they're not going to give those two up.
So there you
go. So now that makes Fox Bet's closing makes 5 in the past 9 months.
Well,
closing.
I know some last year was at Fubo. Maxim Bet.
Right. Churchill Downs we just talked about.
Churchill Downs we talked about. I don't know if PointsBet US assets are getting acquired by Fanatics, so I don't know if you're counting that one. So
and we also have PlayUp.
PlayUp. Yeah.
Every time we see something, the PlayUp is closing a state down. Both New Jersey and Colorado have shut down PlayUp.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, I believe PlayUp just settled their past due money with New Jersey.
Okay.
So I don't know exactly where they're going with it. Supposedly they're being bought. The U.S. division is being bought, sort of like what PointsBet did.
Okay. All right.
So we'll see what happens there. But we now have another closure.
All right.
Market correction.
Yes. Yeah, all right. Market correction,
Also, I mentioned this in the deals segment. Better Holdings announced the launch of Better Picks.
All right.
Which is a pick'em style fantasy game, which will complement the online sports betting component that is Better Sportsbook.
Okay. All right. And that's BETR.
The U.S. one.
Yes.
There's an Australian one, too.
Okay.
Yeah, one with a capital B, one without.
Oh, okay.
Don't ask me. I don't know why people keep choosing the same names, but
yeah.
But regarding
Jake Paul's outfit,
Jake
right?
Paul's outfit,
yeah.
yes.
Okay. All right.
Regarding the fantasy pick'em experience, people will be able to select more or less from a wide array of player props, for lack of a better word. Player projections is what they used in the press kit. To build a lineup with as little as 2 players all the way up to 8 players.
All right. Okay.
And if you actually do an 8-player team, you have the potential to win 100 times your entry fee.
Oh, okay.
If you get all 8 right.
All right.
You have to have 8 right. So Better Picks is going to be available, or is now available, I should say, in 24 jurisdictions. California, Texas, Florida, Illinois, Georgia, North Carolina included.
Wow.
North Carolina, again, just legalized sports betting.
Yeah.
Kind of interesting to see
of course,
the fantasy things happening in those
It's something
same states.
separate from sports betting, so
Yes.
it can be in states that, don't have legal sports betting.
Yes,
So,
yes.
yeah, check it out if you want to see it.
And according to Better, they are planning to expand the fantasy reach to at least 30 total jurisdictions by the end of the year.
Okay.
And it's also available on Apple and Android.
Good.
For your mobile phone. Bally Casino launched in Pennsylvania. Now, why am I bringing up a casino in a sports betting report? They also have a free-to-play daily picks game.
Oh, okay. Good.
So, free game where bettors can play to win daily prizes.
So that's number 20 for
That's number 20.
Pennsylvania. Okay.
Yep. Congratulations there. New Jersey, by comparison, which everyone uses, 32 online casinos in the state.
Okay.
Did not know we had that many.
Yeah. I certainly don't have that many on my phone. I have one
No.
or 2 on my phone, I think.
We have a couple lotto launches to talk about. Jackpocket launched in Massachusetts.
Okay.
That is now the 17th state for Jackpocket.
All right.
And we have jackpot.com launching in New York.
I just heard their commercial on... See, I have a hard time. I'm not sure. I was listening to WFAN on my Alexa. Now, I'm not sure if that commercial was with WFAN or that commercial was like a geolocation thing for Alexa in the New York area. So
Could be either.
So I heard the Jackpot radio commercial.
Well, Jackpot.com did a deal with the Yankee Global Enterprises, which is Yankees Yes Network.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that they're advertising in the New York area because of this partnership here.
Sure.
And also New York is the 3rd state for Jackpot.com.
Okay.
They're in Texas and Ohio as well.
See, I have to listen for the commercial when I'm driving in my car. So
yeah,
maybe that's
well, no.
So I when it's Alexa, I'm not sure if I hear the commercials that are part of the radio show or a part of Alexa that people just
Well, let me ask you this:
So
when you're driving in your car, do you listen to your phone or do you listen to the radio?
Well, when I'm in New Jersey, I can hear WFAN. So usually it's on. I won't listen to WFAN through my phone if I'm driving around in New Jersey in the New York area.
Just wanted to
so it would be on my car radio. So I'll long story short, I'll make a point to listen to Jackpot.com commercials.
Okay. Ellis Game Technology opened a sportsbook at the Santa Clara and Casino Resort in New Mexico.
Okay.
And we have a couple licensures in Illinois. We have Hard Rock Gaming, Hard Rock International approved for mobile and retail sports betting in Illinois by the gaming board there, as well as Betway was the lone winning bidder for one of the state's 3 online-only licenses.
Okay.
Matter of fact, the fee was $20 million. Betway bid $22.5 million.
Oh, okay.
That's it for our industry updates. Let's finish up the show with our legislative roundup. Starting off our legislative roundup, we've got Kentucky. Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear signed the emergency regulations bill allowing the Kentucky Problem Gambling Assistance Program to begin operations ahead of the expected launch in September for the entire sports betting industry. I'm very much looking forward to seeing what Kentucky does.
Oh yeah, no, it's just the speed that they moved with. It's just absolutely. It's a great example for other states.
Yes.
So.
And also, Kentucky is going to be one of the few states that's 18 and over for sports betting.
Okay.
Although some of the other partners like Caesars and FanDuel have said that they will be limiting it to 21 and over for their part of the industry.
You got to remember, Kentucky is really, when I think of Kentucky, I think of horse racing, and horse racing around the country, you can place a bet if you're 18 and above. So I understand where Kentucky was coming from.
Yeah, and it makes sense for Kentucky. I have no problem with the 18 and over, especially in the horse racing states. But it's nice to see the online operators adhering to the 21 and older that they agreed to with the American Gaming Association and some of the other outfits out there that have set aside guidelines.
Yeah.
Especially for advertising.
Sure.
Over in Vermont, we have more additional information regarding...
They are making people jump through hoops.
Yes, the RFP process as part of the marketing and acquisition plans. Operators need to specifically explain how they plan to convert Vermont residents that are using offshore books right now into customers on regulated sports books.
Well, I mean, just explain to them, you know what, if you want to, when you win some money and you want to take it out, it's more secure. You'll probably be able to take it out. You'll be able to take it out of licensed sports books. If you're using a book offshore, good luck with it. I mean, God knows if you ever see that money again. So.
Well, very interesting in terms of the actual launching of the industry in Vermont. From what I was seeing in their RFPs and also in their sports betting regulations, they're up to 6 online books, if possible. If they don't have 6, they can go with 1.
Yeah.
If they don't have 1, they don't have to launch.
Okay.
So... kind of interesting to see that kind of option being presented by a state. Usually they don't give that option. They're going to launch.
I'm still looking for like a time frame for Vermont.
They're still January 2024.
Still January?
They're still hoping for that.
Okay.
Maine, we don't know.
Yeah.
But Vermont is still looking at January 2024. They're moving ahead pretty quick.
Okay, good.
Over in Massachusetts, we've got the Gaming Commission flagging MGM Springfield, Plain Ridge Park, and Encore Boston Harbor, basically their entire casino industry.
Yeah, pretty much that's their 3 retail casinos, right?
Yep. They got nailed for separate offenses in terms of, I don't want to say illegal sports betting, but violations of the sports betting regulations by offering bets on certain sports betting events that weren't part of the betting menu.
I remember when it first started in Massachusetts, they had some, I guess it was in the kiosks or in the computer programs. Certain colleges, you're not allowed to bet on colleges in Massachusetts, and I guess they, I get people who were programming these things saw one college was in Florida.
Yes,
and it was actually in
I don't know how you think
Merrimack.
It was Merrimack.
Was it Merrimack, or I thought it was Merrimack or Massasoit or something?
It was Merrimack College. It was Plain Ridge Park Casino, as a matter of fact.
Oh, I don't even know. I don't know.
Here's the rundown. Plain Ridge Park Casino allowed betting on Merrimack College versus Long Island University.
Oh, okay.
On February 2nd, 33 wagers, 27 tickets.
I think the excuse was they thought that was in Florida.
It was put in the kiosk.
Yeah, it was put in the kiosk wrong.
MGM Springfield.
Which might not have been their fault, by the way.
No,
I don't know who programmed.
It's their programming. Yeah. MGM Springfield was fined for offering wagers on Harvard versus Yale, for over a period of 21 hours, and then Harvard versus Brown for 22 hours of betting options.
Okay.
That was on February 3 and 4.
Okay, I don't know how anyone made the mistake with Harvard.
I don't know either. Well,
I think everyone knows.
28 tickets were purchased using the kiosks inside the casino, and the kiosks are programmed by the outside company coming in and programming the wagering menu. Encore Boston Harbor allowed 1 bet during a 5-hour window on a Boston College versus Notre Dame women's regular season basketball game on February 2nd.
Okay.
1 money line bet, but it was voided before anything happened.
Good.
And the Gaming Commission was notified in all these cases.
Yeah.
So Plain Ridge Park, $20,000. MGM Springfield, $20,000.
That's dollars. These are the fines.
Yes.
These are fines.
And Encore Boston Harbor was handed a $10,000 penalty.
Okay. All right.
So we'll see exactly when they pay up, but they've been issued. We've got other things going on. The Gaming Commission offices up in Massachusetts. They're still deciding on Raynham Park. They had to defer that for another day, so we'll see there. And, we'll see exactly where everything goes. I'm very curious with the Raynham Park because they actually removed somebody from the application, and it didn't seem to be good enough for the Gaming Commission right now.
Well,
in terms of suitability.
See, that might be one of those meetings and hearings from the Gaming Commission that a lot of people might tune in for it because it's
usually
it's very interesting.
The Gaming Commission is notorious for putting the juicy parts in the executive session, which is televised.
Oh, damn it! They
So,
should.
yeah.
Oh man,
So I would love to see.
They
those.
should get hits on their YouTube page to put this out.
Yes,
but they don't do it behind closed doors.
Well, we'll see exactly what happens with Raynham Park. They had planned on September. Not going to happen, probably.
Probably not.
At least not right now. It'll be pushed back.
I don't know
if they get it.
Yeah, it's
very interesting watching.
How many weeks do we have until September? I don't even know how many.
5 weeks.
5 weeks. Okay.
Yeah. That's it for this week's Turnpike Sports Book Report. Press releases, info at turnpikesportsradio.com. If you've been watching on TV, the ticker has been flying by below us. News stories we didn't have a chance to cover in this half hour. And also after this show is released, if you go to our website, turnpikesports.us, you will see our blog entry. Go to the blog button, click that on. Full print version of the Turnpike Sports Book Report, which contains the stories we talked about here on air, the ticker stories, and additional stories we did not have a chance to cover in the half-hour show.
And that'll do it for us this week. We'll see you next time on the Turnpike.